JJ Buck.
That was rough. And I think you probably had an idea it was going to be rough. The spread told you that it was going to be rough, and it was really rough. Minnesota's a good team. New Mexico State probably is not yet. And you got what you got last night. 38-0 in Minneapolis last night. A spread of 36.5. Although I did see it up to 38, but I did take it at 36.5. So, right, you guys, I gave you a winner last night. Didn't I give you Central Michigan in 18?
You did.
Backdoor cover on that mess, too.
Let's go.
Hey, it is Friday on a Labor Day weekend. Many of you have got 3 days off. Stoked for you. Thanks for being with us this morning on the opening drive. Jeff Sabieta, JJ Buck, A. Marie, Adrian. How we living this morning?
What it do?
You all right?
We got it.
Now, you had soccer last night. Lobo women 1-1 draw against Portland State. As you said to me, not maybe the best night for them, huh?
Very bad night.
All right, we'll get there. Not a good night for the Aggies either. They get beat 38-0. They get outgained total offense 485-91. Aggie quarterbacks combined 4 for 12 for 53 yards. They ran for 38 yards. Were dominated on the line of scrimmage, dominated on the edges, Minnesota was better. If you want to talk to me about the 4-day turnaround, you can. It wasn't going to make a difference. You ran into a team that's better than you. Jerry Kill and PJ Fleck did hug. They shaked hands before games, shaked before and after. I don't know. It's kind of what you expected, huh? Absolute domination, 38-0.
Yeah, the Aggies are sitting there, square one of their rebuild. Minnesota's a team that is trying to compete for a division title.
That's right.
In the Big Ten. And New Mexico State does not have the athletes. They don't have the size. Probably it's one that I just can't get over how bad their receivers are. Like, it's just mistakes like every play.
Yeah. And
Drops,
it's not even wrong routes,
routes.
quitting on routes. Yeah.
Just every play. Like, it wasn't going to change that game. Maybe the cover. Didn't even get 100 yards of total offense. They weren't doing anything, but just mistakes every single play for the receivers.
They got down in the red zone late in the game, and I'm thinking, all right, third down. I think they can kick a field goal and cover. And then Frakes threw an interception in the end zone. Diego Pavia started the game. Evidently, Jerry Kill said that he felt that the atmosphere there, the big crowd, the Big Ten crowd, might be overwhelming for a true freshman in Gavin Frakes. So we put Diego Pavia out there, the transfer from New Mexico Military. Diego got 2 series, went 2 for 5, 10 yards. He got hit on every play. I mean, right? Every play. He was running the ball, run on the option, got smoked. 3 carries, 14 yards. Throwing the ball, got hit. Had a drop, and so he gets 2 series. They went to Frakes. I think Frakes is the guy. I think Frakes looks like a quarterback. I think next week when they play UTEP, Frakes feels like the guy to me moving forward.
He should be their starting quarterback against UTEP. We'll
see where Jerry goes with that. I can't agree with you more on the receivers, and I don't know. There's no statistic, and I'm not going to pretend I stared at the whole thing. I mean, that second half, there were way more compelling games on, and I sat around and I was watching Penn State, Purdue, and I was watching the Pitt West Virginia game, and coming back over just to see what give me a glimmer of hope. And there wasn't one last night. I mean, there just wasn't, and that's okay. By the way, that team that you played, Aggie fan, is better than you. They're supposed to be better than you at this point, and they are. You held them 38 points. Look, 38-0. I've seen way worse scores than that. Now the game itself was.
That's because of the time of possession was 44 minutes to 15 minutes.
Isn't that insane?
Because they just ran the football.
Yeah.
Ran the football, and the clock was ticking. And that was, if you're New Mexico State, you're like, thank you.
Yeah.
Like, let's just get this one over with.
100%. And you got one coming up in 2 weeks. You're going up to Wisconsin, and it's going to be somewhat similar to that. And so, at least you get paid for that one. Aggie fan, let's go. 505-246-0610. That's how you get to us today. 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff@sportsanimалabq.com. JJ@sportsanimалabq.com. You're on the Twitter, it's _ JJ Buck. On the Facebook, the OD in the AM. You can watch the show there on ProView Networks. Adrian's in this morning producing for you on Comcast Channel 26 and on our Facebook page and on their YouTube page. I don't know, is there a positive other than it's done?
No. And
I don't
this
think
is a hard
there's-
one. It's You can spin it like, hey, we're going to Minnesota, opportunity, big time, big lights. There's nothing good that came out of this game. There's experience, there's plays. You got to see what size is like. But that was rough.
Yeah, that was rough. It was rough. So, Aggie fan, we'll hear from you. There was some good football last night, man. Some really good football. Pitt, West Virginia was really, really good. I don't know how much of that you got to see, but that was terrific. The Purdue-Penn State game was a fun watch. We're back in it now, boys and girls. Penn State. Did you see the Penn State? You probably didn't, right? You were doing soccer and you came back. You watched the Aggie game probably a little bit. Did you see the drive that Penn State had to win that game?
Yeah, I watched pretty much the whole game.
That game was really, really good.
Really good.
Yeah.
Jerry's just got to be.
He's got to be
this morning.
puking. Yeah, just
Yeah.
puking like that. The guy from Purdue who had the puke 6. Did you see the puke 6?
I saw the puke 6. I like puke 6 better.
That's a good. What
Than
better
pick
than
six.
what? Oh well, if you puke, have an interception, and then you run it back for a touchdown, and then you go to the sidelines and vomit, it's the puke 6. And that was such a good play, and Purdue was inches away. Their third down, they have the ball. They're protecting a 3-point lead, and they have the ball on third down. Quarterback gets flushed out, and throws up a prayer, and it looked like a great catch. Gus Johnson on Fox, he caught it! A great Gus Johnson Buffalo Wild Wings commercial moment, and you go review. Well, did he? There were a number of reviews in games last night, by the way, where did the guy catch the ball? It looked like he did, and the ball hit the ground, and so they punted, and it looked like practice. I mean, we're talking about practice, man. Practice. It looked like practice for Penn State to go down the field and win that game. That was insane.
Way too easy at the end.
Yeah, that was. So Penn State won that one, and then the West Virginia. About the fact that they hadn't played the backyard brawl in 11 years was stunning to me. Just stunning to me. Pittsburgh beats West Virginia 38-31 in the battle of former backup USC quarterbacks, Keaton Slovis and JT Daniels. So that was good. Mountain West last night, Fresno State rolled over Cal Poly San Luis Obispo 35-7. Fresno State and Jake Hayner, I mean, pretty much did what they wanted to do. I mean, good for Cal Poly, and Cal Poly made the hour drive over and was able to play with them, but 35-7 was that number. And then San Jose State, JJ, had to get a late score. Chevin Cordero scored early, and they had to score in the last minute to beat Portland State 21-17.
Oh, those pesky Vikings.
Yeah, right. We've heard about them this week a lot. Cordero, 15 of 30 in his debut at San Jose State for 239 yards. He ran the ball 14 yards and scored 14 times and scored 2 touchdowns. They had no running game at all at San Jose State. You know, I look at this, and the Lobos miss. It's such a bummer for New Mexico a little bit because they don't play Nevada this year. They don't play Hawaii, and what's do they get San Jose State? They get San Diego State and Fresno State as crossovers, and they get UNLV. So they don't get San Jose State, which could be the 3 worst teams over here, right? Because I think
Yes.
UNLV is improving. Lobos, I mean, just luck of the draw, probably aren't going to play the 3 bottom teams in the West, which is a bummer. So we got a lot of football to talk about today. We're going to talk some hoops today, boys and girls, because, well, we live in New Mexico, and it's always hoop seasons around here. So here's your guest list today. Coming up at 8:30 this morning, Richard Patino is going to join us. It's been a minute since we've caught up with Richard. So we'll talk to him about the summer camp, just how summer went, getting his guys in, the roster, and more so the schedule and just getting things going. As guys are in school, what he thinks of the schedule as it was released officially earlier this week. So 8:30 this morning, Lobo basketball coach Richard Patino will be with us. And then at 9 o'clock, we will talk some football. Lobo Lobo position, the linebacker, the safety hybrid position. Tavian Combs, leader on Lobo defense, will join us. We'll talk Lobos versus Maine, and I'm interested in talking to him. Not often we get guys on the day before games, but I appreciate them freeing somebody up. You excited? Football's tomorrow here.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I am too. I was listening over to News Radio KKB. I'm going to have to walk over there and explain to them where Maine is. I was listening to Brandon and John Summers. Well, does Maine have a football team? And Summers is on. Well, I'm looking on the Wikipedia, and they yeah, they're Division II. Well, they're Division 1A or 1AA. Used to be 1AA. It's FCS as CAA. So I'm going to go give them a little Maine update as we go. So that's what we got for you. We're open 246-0610. There's a big trade in the NBA yesterday. Venus and Serena played last night at the U.S. Open. So Eastern and Highlands played each other. We got all kinds of stuff to do on a football Friday. Man, I don't know. Feels a little different, doesn't it? It's going to be hot, but it's cooler in the evenings. It just, it's football season, and it feels different, doesn't it to you?
Yes.
Prep
That's
football
good.
last night. How about your guy Malachi Thymes? Oh, he only had 4 touchdowns last night? I want him on my fantasy team, too. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
For the real. We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no
I know you guys are big on the Twitter. Do you follow A-Marie? You usually have your phone in your hand, right?
Yes.
Do you follow New Mexico State football Twitter?
No.
Do you at all?
Yes.
Like I follow them, but it's not on my algorithm.
I'm not even sure I understand how that works. Like if you're following someone, they don't just show up on your feed?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll bet Minnesota football is. Of course.
Very heavy.
Yeah. Look at this tweet.
I have all Gopher stuff on my
you
thing
know
this morning.
you know how all the football accounts at the end of each quarter they tweet a score?
Yes.
What does that one say from New Mexico State football?
Into the third quarter, Minnesota is winning.
I thought that was so
That's
funny.
really funny.
Yeah, I thought that was really, early on they tweeted a score. It was 7-0 after one, and end of the third quarter, Minnesota is winning. I just thought that was really good. Yeah, we're not winning. You don't need to know a score. We're just not winning. No, that was it was. I thought it was funny. All right,
It was funny.
Yeah, 505-246-0610. Biggest statement last night. Penn State, was it Pitt beating West Virginia? I mean, I don't. Oklahoma State's struggling with. How about Central Michigan putting up the yards that they put on? Now I know they lost, but the yards that Jim McElwain and the mighty Chippewas put up last night on Oklahoma State was pretty impressive. I don't know if that. What was the biggest impact to you yesterday?
I think just Purdue, like playing a good close game
and losing
against Penn State, even though they lost a game. I would simmer down on Central Michigan. They scored 22 points in the fourth quarter.
They scored 504, or they put up 546 yards, and they covered.
What was?
I'm kidding. Relatively, I mean, I understand.
It was 44, like 16.5.
I know. They got smoked. They put it up against their second. I'm kidding with the Central Michigan stuff.
I don't know.
Sometimes love me some Jimmy Mack, Rob Akey, those guys. But all right. So
and then just the scares, man. Just like San Jose State. That's these FCS games, man. All they do is like hurt you. You don't win by enough, or you lose.
Yeah, how you think San Jose State fans got to be bitter this morning, huh?
Absolutely.
So they only beat Portland State 21. So if the
new stands are in, the scoreboard's up, and they win by 4.
So if the Lobos win a game like that, we come in here, and we are, by the way, boys and girls, working Monday, Labor Day. I know if you're not, but do us a favor, do your Monday morning routine. Get up, or at least lay in bed and put the radio on or the app on or however it is you listen, give us a listen because we're going to have a full Monday morning rundown on Labor Day morning because that's what we do. We labor. We labor for you. But if Lobos win 21-17 and have to come from behind in the last minute to win, is it going to get ugly in here on Monday?
There's going to be frustration.
Okay. I think Lobo fan expects to win this game relatively smoothly. I spent some time on the phone yesterday with Jeremy Stevens, and if you're not going to the game, if you're going to the lake, if you're out of Albuquerque or whatever, I will be doing the game with George Carter on the television. It'll be on My 50 statewide. It'll be on the Mountain West Network. Go Lobos as well. And so I had about 25 minutes on the phone. By the way, I really enjoy that guy. He kind of gets it. Was at Yale. We talked about the athletes he's recruiting. He likes that quarterback. He loves some of his playmakers he has. Like I don't think this is a pushover. I told somebody I think the Lobos should beat him by 17 to 21 points. Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm looking for a double digit, like 14 or more.
Yeah. The Lobos should be better defensively and really throw some stuff at them. And that offensive line should be able to open up holes and get Division I running backs on the edge. Lobos, speed, I think, is the area that New Mexico should have the advantage. I don't think they're bigger than Maine, but I think they should be faster. And I think they should have better football players than Maine. I mean, they should at this point. And I think that's what I'm expecting to see. I'm expecting to see Maine play. I don't think this gets out of hand early. I think we're sitting at halftime, and it's a relatively tight game, a one-score game even. And then New Mexico, with the heat and the humidity, maybe pull away in the second half. The heat and the altitude, pull away in the second half.
That would be ideal. And this is a game where you can look at Maine, and on paper, they have pieces that intrigue you, just the size they have in the offensive and defensive line.
Yeah.
They're big. Quarterback with some experience. They have Division I transfers at the wide receiver position. But at this point in time, Lobo fans don't want to see Lobos messing around with a team that's picked 8th in the CAA.
Yeah.
This isn't Sam Houston State. This isn't an FCS playoff team.
And this is a coach in this first game. We just talked so much about Jerry Kill taking over a program, and now Maine wasn't as down at division or at the FCS level as New Mexico State was at the FBS level. So they don't have as much to, but they're playing up. Jordan Stevens did tell me that Joe Fagnano, his quarterback, he said might be the most impressive quarterback he's ever been around. He loves the wide receiver Kobe White, the one who transferred from Boston College. So keep an eye on those guys, and we'll see. He feels like they've got an opportunity to make some plays. I asked him about. Did you hear Danny Gonzalez this week say something to the effect of, and I never thought of it this way. He says, preparing for the Lobos defensively, right? So if you're, whoever you are, preparing for a Rocky Long defense, he said it's like preparing to play Air Force. You see the triple option once a year, and it's so totally different. That's what it's like to prepare for New Mexico's defense. And I never thought of it in those terms, and I asked Jordan Stevens about that, the main coach, and he said, no, that's actually a really good comparison. I never put it in that perspective. Did you?
No, I haven't really thought about it that way, and that's also another area. I want to see them flying around. I want to see the pressure. I want to see the different looks that you expect out of a Rocky Long defense.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for this tomorrow. Again, it's going to be a 6 o'clock kickoff out of University Stadium. The game's over on News Radio KKOB. Robert Portnoy, Dontrell Moore will have the game. J.J. Buck, Ned James on the pregame show. What time does that start? Are you doing 1 hour? 5 o'clock? 5 o'clock pregame show. And then I will be with George Carter over on My 50. You working tomorrow? You got a show tomorrow night?
I'm working. There's a lot going on. Yes.
You got your show tomorrow.
Shows all weekend. Comedy and sports.
Then you got your show in the morning at 11 o'clock.
Yes.
All right. All right. Elsewhere, other scores of note yesterday in college football, and then you got a whole slate tonight too, which is kind of really, really fun. And it's not going to be this way, I don't think, every week, but maybe it will be. The way they're just coming games at you. But Pitt beat West Virginia 38-31. Wake Forest 44-10 over VMI. Tennessee rolled Ball State 59-10. FIU, boy, this is a team on the Aggie schedule. JJ, they got a late touchdown, Florida International, in overtime to beat Bryant 38-37. Mike McIntyre, the former San Jose State and Colorado coach, is at Florida International. They had to score. This is at Florida. You talk about these FCS teams,
Yep.
JJ? Florida International at home had to score 24 in the fourth quarter to force overtime. And then at the bottom of the first overtime inning, get a 2-point conversion and beat Bryant. Not Kobe. No. Not. I mean, it was just Bryant. I don't know. That's the university, school, college. 38-37. How's Florida International fan feeling right now?
Akron in overtime over St. Francis. It happens.
I mean, these
FCS
games,
schools come to play.
They're there, man. Yeah, Akron had to
But
go.
you don't want to see that.
30-23. They beat St. Francis of Pennsylvania in overtime. So JJ's point is so perfectly dead on. Eastern Illinois, that's Jimmy Garoppolo and Tony Romo University, took a run at Northern Illinois out of the MAC. 34-27, Northern Illinois got by them. So these games are there, man, and this is their Super Bowl. They have something. Portland State went into San Jose, and the Spartans needed a late touchdown to win 21-17. So they're there, and they're coming to play, and you're going to get a football team that's capable. 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Richard Patino is going to be with us. Coming up at 8:30 this morning, we'll talk global basketball and their schedule. And just kind of, we hadn't caught up with Richard in a while, and it's time with everything that's going on there. Get through the football season. I want to get into the big trade in the NBA yesterday. Donovan Mitchell. Boy, the Knick fans got to be cranky. Knick fans got to be saying, wait a minute, we offered way more than you took in this trade, and you took that?
But did they?
Maybe. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
A burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company. Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mental.
Sports Animal. All right, and then amongst all that, there was a little trade in the NBA yesterday. Donovan Mitchell to the Cavaliers. Did the Knicks assist in this? Did they get aced out in this? They're calling it a blockbuster. I'm not certain when Utah and Cleveland make a trade it can be a blockbuster, even though it's a really good player. But it's between the Cavaliers and the Jazz. So I mean, if a tree falls in Utah and Cleveland, I mean, does everybody care? Lauri Markkanen, Oki Abaji, Colin Sexton, 3 unprotected first-round picks and 2 pick swaps go back to Utah for Donovan Mitchell. JJ, work with me because the reports were early that the Knicks offered more. I know Knick fan is bitter. They wanted Donovan Mitchell. Do you like this for either team?
I do like this. I really like this for Cleveland. They were already out on Colin Sexton. Donovan Mitchell is an upgrade over Colin Sexton, who's a good scoring guard, but not quite the level that Donovan Mitchell is. You just gave up some rotation pieces. Ochai Agbaji, young first-round pick, so Utah gets a lot. They get players that teams picked in the first round.
Yeah,
they get Walker Kessler, they get Agbaji, and then they have like 20,000 first-round picks for the next 6 years.
4 or 5 years, yeah.
Feels like. So they're going to be able to get in the race for acquiring players if they want to, or just start taking their chances. Kind of like what we saw Philadelphia do, and just, all right, we'll draft Ben Simmons, we'll draft Nerlens Noel, we'll draft Joel Embiid, Markelle Fultz. Like, we'll see if any of these guys turn into a superstar, and that's where they were at, man. They hit their ceiling, and they weren't willing to rework it. Danny Ainge came in there, and he's going to blow this thing up. They got a young, new ownership group in Utah, so they're in it for the long haul. Now, for Cleveland, this is a really good move because you have Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell in the backcourt. Jarrett Allen, Evan Mobley are dynamic front court players. They're going to clean up a lot of their messes because they're not great defenders. Mm-hmm. So you got really good front court. This is a solid playoff team that now can grow into something that could be pesky in the Eastern Conference.
Knick fans should be thinking what?
That everything you have is overrated. RJ Barrett's a good player.
So they were offering Obi Toppin, RJ Barrett. There were a couple of players in 4 picks or something?
Obi Toppin is Lauri Markkanen.
That's right.
Like they're
maybe.
Like Obi Toppin, just because he was picked in the first round by the Knicks doesn't make him better than Markkanen. RJ Barrett, would you take him over Colin Sexton? Okay, but it's not a Grand Canyon gap. Barrett's a good player.
Yeah, I would though, but yes. Okay.
But it's not like, oh my gosh, how could you turn down that deal?
Right. All right, Knick fan. Lenny, how you feeling?
Fine with the trade. I'm not disappointed at all, and here's the reason why. Let's go back to the Knicks' best first-round pick they ever got, Frederick Weiss. They have more misses than hits with number 1 pick.
Who's their best pick ever?
I'm joking around. Frederick Weiss, you remember him? They drafted him. He never came over from Europe.
No, I don't.
Exactly. So R.J. Barrett is the first number 1 pick for the Knicks to re-sign in 23 years since Charlie Ward, who had anemic numbers of 7 and 4 for his career.
Yeah, but he was a good quarterback.
Yes. Yes. But that's for another story. But he lasted 10 years with the Knicks.
Yeah.
So that should be enough right there.
Plenty.
So I'm not disappointed for the simple fact that you look at the trade that Cleveland gave up. They gave up this year's number 1 pick, 3 other unprotected picks, 2 pick swaps. To me, Colin Sexton is just as good as R.J. Barrett, smaller, and Laurie Markkinen. Now you got 2 starters. Those both 2, Markkinen is better than Toppin.
I think that's right.
Okay. Sexton is not a bad player. 2 years ago, everyone forgot he averaged 24 and 4.
Okay. So what are the Knicks going to do?
Okay, the Knicks are just going to sit back and they're going to wait.
And
They didn't want to give up Grimes, so they're hoping that Grimes is going to take that Desmond Bain year or 2 lead. And they're going to start him at shooting guard. And they're going to bring Fournier off the bench. But they still have time to make a trade. I still think Fournier gets traded with somebody else before the season begins.
Okay. All right.
But if not, they weren't the Knicks of old and just said, we have to make the trade because the fans want it.
And give
we're
away
just going to
everything.
just blow up everything and give up. Is Donovan Mitchell worth?
See, I didn't think he
7 more
was.
wins?
I didn't think he was worth. And I know Donovan Mitchell's nice, and I think he's a really good number.
But he's
2.
not an A-list player.
No,
He's
I
a
don't think so
B-class
either.
player.
I agree with you, and the numbers. And look. First of all, I think the market was just blown up when Minnesota gave up the haul for Gobert. Okay, and so everybody's expecting. It's kind of like the Deshaun Watson thing when he got the guaranteed money. It resets the market, and so everybody thinks they're going to get that. I just JJ and maybe you think differently. Mitchell's nice. Is he worth that kind of a haul?
Yes.
Okay.
Because you have
I don't
young
think-
players
Okay,
established.
But then you have Knicks. You have Donovan Mitchell and Brunson in the backcourt. Now you're going to have 2 6'1" guards.
Man,
that are not good on defense.
What are you going to do with Cleveland?
That
I mean,
works,
honestly,
but
if
that
you're-
works for Cleveland because
works for
Cleveland has a better perimeter interior players with Allen and Mobley.
And the other
protecting the
here's
interior.
the other piece on Cleveland to me. It works for Cleveland because this is how you have to take your shot. You're not
Right.
getting
And then
any
they
free
also still
agents
got
to go there.
Rubio, Love, and Karis LeVert coming off the bench.
Yeah, I think what they're assembling there, honestly, in Cleveland, is pretty nice and about as good as they're going to assemble because they're Cleveland. And nobody's going there, so they've got to do it through the draft and through trades, and they've got to take chances like this. I don't have a problem with
You're
them
going
doing
to
it.
see Sexton this year is going to have a good season with Utah, and Markkinen now is going to be able to get out from the shadow. He's never going to be good on defense, but I could see him getting up to 18 and 10 a game.
All right, man. No, it's good.
And then last one thing, I just want to talk about Notre Dame, how they got rated number 5 this year to start. I'm a Notre Dame fan.
Yeah.
They're going to get annihilated by Ohio State, and then Clemson's going to send them off for the season.
Which I think is probably right, and they're going to end up being ranked in the teens.
How?
Because
I mean, I
they're
don't know
Notre
how
Dame.
they got into everyone's so enamored. They're like the Dallas Cowboys of college football.
Yeah. That's interesting. Well, they are. Yeah, they're the biggest brand. They would be, America's team either.
I mean, but how are they? As much as I like them, they're not a top 5 team.
I think you're right, and we're going to find that out tomorrow. All right, enjoy the weekend, Lenny.
And early pick, Ohio State will take the national championship.
Ooh, a lot of people loving Ohio State. Yeah, I'd be better. I'd be all right with that, actually. All right, enjoy the weekend. Thanks. Have you ever seen a 2-5 game with a 17-point spread? Maybe I have, but I don't recall it.
I don't recall that either.
And then I'm looking, there's number 7 versus 11 or whatever, and it's a 7-point spread. Or number 3 versus 11, and it's a 3-point spread or 7-point spread. 17, that tells you, and we asked Jerry this yesterday, does it tell you more about Ohio State or Notre Dame?
Notre Dame.
I think so, too. Notre Dame plays in these big games. This feels like, a January game where they're going to get beat, 42-17, doesn't it? When they show up at the Fiesta Bowl and they play up against Ohio State, when they play Alabama, when they play Notre Dame is hell, they're a wonderful program. They got great athletes. They just don't have Ohio State, Alabama, Clemson, Michigan athletes. Right?
Yes.
Would it help them if would they get better players if they joined the league?
No.
Would it help? You don't think it would? So it wouldn't help their brand at all. Okay.
I think it would stay about the same.
I don't know. How important is it for a student athlete to want to compete for a championship.
Because they've gotten in the college football playoff.
They have.
They play these big time games.
They play many of them.
And
they play a wonderful schedule, and then they play,
how do you get into Notre Dame? Do they hold firm to that?
As far as the academic standards?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is not going to change if you get into a conference.
I think but there's a lot of schools like that, right? So when you look, that's probably really fair. Now that you're saying that, you know what? I think you're right. If you, what are the, and I'm not telling you Ohio State's not a good academic school, or Alabama isn't, or Clemson isn't. USC is a tough one to get into, and they've fallen off. Stanford, you don't see a lot of the Stanfords, Dukes, Vanderbilts being really good football every year because academic standards, and coaches talk about that all the time. Getting guys into school is a big issue. Yeah, fair enough. I think that you're probably right. All right, 505-246-0610. That's a great point. 888-922-0610. Emails, boy, they're already coming in, and a pretty good clip. Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com, JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Serena and Venus last night. Serena tonight. If you want to get in there, boy, I got thoughts on. Are you going to watch? Now, does Serena get lost this weekend? If she wins twice this weekend, she get lost in all this football? Ooh. And then what if she's playing in the final next Saturday? And the women are Saturday, I think, and the men are on Sunday, on the opening weekend of the NFL. Who's bigger, her or the Jets? In New York City.
Oh,
I know the
don't
answer.
ask
No, I know the answer.
CBS Radio.
I know the answer. But did you see ESPN move the Michigan State game off of ESPN tonight over to ESPN2 and put Serena's match primetime on ESPN?
Good.
I mean, what does that tell you? Who's pulling numbers, Serena or college football? And the NFL is number one. College football is a proven number two ratings winner in the sports landscape. That's why you're seeing the money thrown around that you're seeing thrown around. And they moved Michigan State. Who's Michigan State playing? Eastern, Western, Southern, Western?
Western.
Yeah. I understand that it's not a marquee game, but they moved Michigan State, Western Michigan off of ESPN 1 to 2 to put Serena there. What does that tell you? Do people care about this story? It's really, 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 really big. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Staples has everything for school at price.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
A burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service.
Left feeling like they won. A draw was huge for them. They had not won a road game against a Division I opponent since 2019. This was a very rough game for the Lobos last night. There was a moment in the second half that Portland State almost scored from the corner. Ball curled into the box, was going far post. Paige Satterley jumps up, deflects it out. Portland State starts going crazy, like, hey, that's a handball, and that went over the line. The ref's like, nope, didn't see anything. Dodged a bullet there. And then in the final seconds, the ref just taking her time, not stopping the clock. Portland State stepping up for a free kick. They get it off. It goes off the crossbar with about 6 seconds left. Bodies just falling everywhere in the box. Clock hits triple zeros. And maybe it was more like 7 to 10 seconds where the ref was just watching them play, and the Lobos stopped.
And the game's over.
Because the game's over.
They
There's
saw
no
the
stoppage
scoreboard.
time in college soccer.
Is there a siren?
It's 45 minutes.
Is there a horn?
There's the PA counting down the final 10 seconds.
It was over.
It's over. The Lobos stop. And Portland State's still kicking, still going. They poke it in the back of the net, and the ref points goal. And everyone's like, what? Like, it's been zeros for like 10 seconds.
So Portland State goes nuts.
And they're like, oh, we just won the game. They storm the field. The Lobo coaching staff is looking around like, what's happening here? The Lobo players stop playing because the clock hits 0. There's no stoppage time in college soccer. It's 45 minutes and 45 minutes. It's over.
So what happens? Do they stop the clock in college soccer? Like
So
if someone goes down and they got
yes.
the wind blows and that's not nice. Somebody goes down and gets hurt. They're on the field.
There's hurt or there.
Yeah.
Yes, they'll stop it.
Okay. All right. So
this ref did not do a good job of that last night.
Okay.
And just totally forgot that the game ends when it goes to zeros because she awarded a goal like 7 seconds after the clock expired.
So they got 7 seconds. They almost got beat.
Yes.
And is Portland State a good team?
No. Very frustrating game for the Lobos last night.
So what happened? I mean, so now they're 1 win, 1 loss, 2 draw.
Mm-hmm.
Their 1 win is against Bakersfield. They drew against this team in Texas Tech and lost to I saw them up to third-ranked Rutgers now. Heather was really fired up. Great start on Tuesday. This kind of spins that. That's not a great start now.
No, it's players are frustrated, coaching staff's frustrated. That is not the result this program expects at home against Portland State.
Yeah.
Not at all. And then you get a Grand Canyon team coming in, defending WAC champs, bringing back a lot that just beat Arizona last night. 1-0
Grand Canyon.
on Sunday.
All right, so that happened last night. When do they go? Sunday?
Sunday, 1 o'clock.
All right. You can get out there and catch them if you would like. You can catch JJ on the Mountain West Network. Go Lobos.com, click through women's soccer, and hit the watch link on the schedule page, or go to the MW.com and get it. All right, Lobo football tomorrow. You guys are in on that. HB says this is not Houston Baptist, Jeff. Last year, Gonzalez had to shake them up a little bit down the stretch to finally pull away from the stubborn Huskies, and HBO was winless. Maine is not Vic Shealy's guys. Black Bears have some talent. If Lobo fans are expecting to blow them out of the built and leave by halftime to go off to their other Saturday night activities, they might be disappointed. I think you're getting a decent team coming in here. I'm not telling you you're getting Alabama. I think it sounds like there's continuity on offense with Maine. Their offensive coordinator's coming back. Fignano, the quarterback, is considered one of the better quarterbacks in that league. They won 5 out of their last 6 games last year. This isn't some rebuilding crummy team. Now, as little as you know about Maine, I'm learning is about as little as they know about New Mexico. It's really interesting talking to some people back there and the questions that they have, and just listening. It's like listening in our state, in our city, in our building. Who's Maine? They have a football team, and where do they play? Are they Division what? And what? How are they getting here? And it's the same old. It's the same thing with Maine.
They took a train, the Amtrak across the country.
Covered wagon.
They had to ride on horseback half the way, and then they got on a train.
Are they getting off the plane in loafers and Argyle sweaters? And I've heard all this stuff. Yeah, and then the other side is, all right, do they speak English out there?
Oh,
Can you
my
drink
God.
the water? I mean,
drink the water. I don't know about the water.
Growing up, I got asked if I lived in a teepee one time when I was traveling for basketball.
Yeah.
A teepee.
Yeah. What'd you say?
I said yes at first. But I was
As you
kidding.
should have. Well, you're like, yeah, don't you? That's how I would have responded.
What are you talking about?
Don't you? Don't we all live in a teepee?
So funny.
Yeah. I kind of dig this stuff. I know. Oh, it should have played Highlands. I don't know. Did you see Highlands last night? I watched some of that. Highlands is not good. Eastern buried them last night. 30-something team last night. Good win for Eastern, by the way, to open up the season up in Las Vegas last night.
These are tough games. You either blow them out.
Well, there are no win opportunities.
There's no win for an FBS team.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, blow them out. Okay, that's
you beat me.
one of
Big
your
deal.
6. Okay. Or you win by not enough. Like, oh,
Well, I know
what's going on here?
there's-
Or you lose.
Oh, the guy, yeah, or you lose. There's some of you who already have 2 emails ready, and you're just not sure which one you're going to send on Monday. It's either, oh, great, Jeff, they beat a crummy team that's picked 8th in their CAA division. Big deal, whatever. Who cares? And then there's the other one that says, oh, they barely got by this team. It's not good enough. It's wherever you are. The ones that, and I don't know if you self-gloss yourself haters, but the people who are the doubters, the skeptics, the, dare I say, haters, right? Don't you think they've already got their emails written for Monday? Just plug in score, plug in a couple of things. And which one am I going to send? And then there's some of you who are looking for progress and actually going to see what you see, actually going out to have a good time, actually going out to hang out with some of your people and tailgate. By the way, I always ask this question. Like, tailgating was one of the coolest things, I think. Who doesn't like hanging out in good weather, or bad weather for that matter, with people they like, throwing a ball around or BSing in a parking lot, and eating grilled food and drinking beers, or seltzers if you prefer, or cocktails if you prefer, or water if you prefer, for a few hours and just hanging out with your people. Who doesn't like doing that?
It's the best.
There's a lot of things about life I don't understand, you guys. I mean, every time I think I got it figured out, I'm like, all right, I don't know squat. We're going to talk hoops at 8:30. Richard Pitino is going to be with us. He's a Lobo basketball coach for men's basketball. We're going to talk about the schedule. Get Bradbury in next week. What do you think?
If their schedule ever comes out.
Oh, can't we talk to him before the schedule comes out? Sure. I mean, I think he wants to come on. In fact, I'm certain of it.
Looking at you, Mountain West. Another schedule. Let's go.
9 o'clock, Lobo defensive. It's so hard. Lobo. That's his position on defense. Tavian Combs going to be with us at 9 o'clock. Opening drive, I'm Jeff Symbieta with JJ Buck, A. Marie, Adrian. Glad you're with us on ProView Networks, and thank you for remembering you listened to 95.9 FM and AM is 610, the sports animal.
Jerry Friday.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
A burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company.
This conversation?
Like, no one expected New Mexico
That's
State
right.
to compete in that game.
That's right.
Also, I guess that little hug handshake you sent me, Fleck was telling him during that little hugging session, thank you for all you've done for my career, because Fleck was an assistant for Kill at NYU,
Right.
and welcome back.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was saying. PJ was on his staff.
Yeah.
Well, good. You know what? Whether PJ was sincere, whether that was a well-crafted PR move, it was the right move.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I don't know PJ Fleck at all. And so I'm not going to sit here. I mean, I know his image. Okay. I know Jerry a little bit, and I like Jerry a lot. And whether PJ Fleck was sincere with what he said, with what he did, how he did it, good for him, because it was the right thing to do. Whether it was, if it was PR craft or whatever, he did the right thing. He did the right thing.
Yes, he did.
So, all right, 505-246-0610. Aggie fan, I do expect you to get in today.
Yeah, where's Jason?
He'll be. Jason's usually a little bit later.
Looking
in the
forward
show.
to UTEP.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Tough turnaround, quick turnaround. Team you're never going to compete against right now.
What does this mean? Did Anne Marie have a phone growing up, or did she use smoke signals? Ha ha. I don't understand.
What?
I'm not sure I understand.
Remember you said you lived in a teepee.
Oh, check you out, putting them all together. All right.
Let's see. When did I get a phone? My sophomore year of high school.
Okay.
Get flip phone, you're like, boom.
Yeah, those little Nokia phones, those brick phones.
Oh, you
I can play
didn't
Snake
have
on
a
it.
brick phone. Brick phones were way back.
No,
then.
it
You
was
had
like a Nokia.
It was
thick
bigger.
phone,
Yeah, it was bigger, but it wasn't quite a. I mean,
that's all.
yeah. But my dad. So way back in the day, my dad got one of those car phones, big giant things. But then it was too expensive. Can I call? We'll pull over and call. Dad, what's this
Why do
phone?
you have this?
Yeah.
It looks good.
My dad.
And
man.
show my friends.
Yeah, no, we made a few calls on it. The old school car phones were something.
Is your car running? Better go catch it.
Better go catch it.
Oh boy.
Hondo says soccer refs weren't the only ones having a rough night. Jeffy, can you explain this new PCL challenge system? All I heard was Sushan saying the call overturn, call overturn. No, I can't. Can you?
This is such a bad look for the umpires. I don't know what they're doing right now in Sugarland. So they instead of the automated ball strike system, they're using a challenge system.
What does that mean?
So
explain it.
So it's like tennis. You're like, oh, I think that was in. They challenge it, and then they'll put it up on the board.
I love
and
that
they'll
in
be
tennis,
it's
by the way. That's the best replay
It's in the zone.
sports.
So they're using the automated ball strike for the challenges, but the ump is still calling the game. And I think
I thought the umps weren't calling games in AAA. I thought this was automated.
They're
just changed.
doing a different experiment in Sugarland right now.
What's the point of this?
This is terrible. It makes the umps look so bad because 9 out of 10 calls they're getting wrong.
Steph.
How many
worked,
challenges do you get?
Unlimited.
Yeah, Steph worked the Isotopes game last night. And she said it took an hour to get out of the first inning because of it. There was like 17 challenges.
It is terrible. Pace of play is
Help
worse.
me understand the point of this.
It is worse. It makes no sense. And the umpires just look terrible because the majority of the calls are getting overturned. It is so bad. This is one of the things you're like, this is not good.
All right,
This
so
is not making
I'm
sense.
going to tell you, when they went to automated balls and strikes back in mid-May, and you know I'm not a big fan of it, but I've kind of not even thought about it. It looked like, it seemed like, it felt like it was going off relatively flawlessly, no? Games were moving quicker. There were no arguments about balls and strikes. And you didn't, if you go to a game or you watch a game, you did not know the difference, did you?
No, everyone is still yelling at the umpire.
So why would they go to, so is this the way it's going to be the rest of the schedule?
I don't think it's the way it is everywhere.
Wow. Oh, just in Texas? They got their own rules?
Texas has their own rules. We know that.
I 100% was unaware of that. I did not know. Okay. Wow.
It just doesn't, it's and they're like, oh, strike 3 called. Oh, but the challenge. And then you're like, wait. Oh, it's ball 2. Like, it is totally opposite of anything they want pace of play. And the umps look so bad because they're coming out on the wrong side of the majority of these calls.
That's horrible. So, I mean, are they proving a point?
They're just trying something different. That's what they do.
All right. I don't understand, but it's not for me to understand. Dan isn't going to the Lobo game, JJ. But he is looking forward to this My Fitty game, Jeffrey and Juan Jose y Ana Maria. I'm watching from home where the parking is already paid for. I have plenty of shade. The water is a lot cheaper, and the restrooms line's much shorter. All right. Well, I'm glad somebody's watching. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. This is a weird one for me, right? Because you always say, "Hey, watch the game and give us a." I always want people to watch. All I tell you is DVR the game and go, and then watch us when you get back. Because I do want people to go. But if you're not going, if you can't go, if you're unable to, then give us a watch, give us a listen. I'm looking forward to working with George again. I really am. Tell us says, how fortuitous was this, Jeff? I was wondering why A would do a Sunday AM show, A being A. Marie. But if it's kind of going to serve as Lobo football call-in show, especially when we get into those chilly fall, late post times that don't wrap up until midnight.
What?
So what he's saying is, when you come on Sunday morning to do your make
it's
three
only
wagers,
It's only right now. It's only Saturdays. Just sorry for the confusion that I caused
well,
everybody in the
you
world.
did promote the hell out of a Sunday show, didn't you? Didn't we all?
I mean, I posted one post and then I took it down.
Didn't we all? Okay.
So, well, I want to clear this up on the air now.
Yeah.
So It's one show Saturday. Sorry, program got all mixed up at 11 a.m. to 1 a.m.
All right, so tell us there is no
Sorry,
Sunday
buddy.
show. No, and I
11 a.m. and 1
promoted it
p.m.
because I was trying to promote your brand. So I've done it.
No. I appreciate you, and it's my fault, and I messed up.
All right, so she doesn't have 2 shows. She has 1. So it's kind of now just
Having 1 is still very
It's
impressive.
a big deal. And now she has 2 because
Sorry.
she has this show too. So it's kind of K.A. It's not K.A. Marie anymore.
So Saturdays at 11 to 1.
Man, keep it up with your schedule. All right.
I know.
I'm good.
But I appreciate you promoting in general.
Yeah.
You got it.
Better than just standing on the corner with flyers.
Right. Although that was a way.
Do that.
When Gonzalez stops the watch, what does he want to see tomorrow, Jeff? I'm guessing Black Bears pushing them a little bit in the first, Lobo football pulling away in the second, and using the third and fourth quarters to rest his key players for Boise State. That'd be an ideal scenario, would it not? Thank you, Ron.
Probably fourth quarter rest.
Yeah.
You want to run for 3 quarters.
I think you'd love to see that. How deep down the depth chart do I have to go? The font's really small on that roster. If I have to start going to roster font, I got to put the glasses on to read players' names and numbers. I got 2, and actually for UNM 3 deep. What?
You got to be prepared. You never know when you're going to have to go in. And this is Jimmy Bob, and his favorite food is chicken pot pie.
Ooh, the chicken pot pie is good. Coming up at 8:30 this morning, we'll talk a little hoops. Lobo basketball coach Richard Pitino is going to be with us at 9 o'clock. Lobo, how about if I say it this way? UNM Lobo position. What's the right way to say this?
UNM defender Tavian Combs.
His position is Lobo position. But if you say Lobo, what the hell does that mean? UNM Lobo, well, they're all UNM Lobos. So what did you just say? UNM defender?
UNM defender Tavian Combs plays the Lobo position for Lobo football.
That's why you're really good. See? Yes. UNM defender Tavian Combs, who plays the Lobo position on the football team. That was really good. Very well crafted.
Every once in a while, kind of sounds like I do this.
No, that's all right. I'm going with that. We'll do that. Keep them coming. You're open till then. 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Clayton Kershaw was back for the Dodgers. How'd that go? It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by...
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
We would like to thank.
Woo! We got a sweet deal coming up for you. Like a live in-studio sweet deal. Feels like it's been a minute since we've done that, doesn't it? Got that coming up. Richard Pitino at 8:30. Clayton Kershaw back for the Dodgers. Remember, there's baseball too. I don't know if you recognize. There was such a marquee series this week that just wrapped up in New York yesterday. The Mets took 2 of 3 from the Dodgers. And there is some significance to that. First of all, Tony Gonsolin, who was 16-1, is that what he was? I know you don't really care much for wins and losses as far as a pitcher's mark stats. But he went on the injured list. Dodgers got Clayton Kershaw back. And I think Kershaw pitched fine. He went 5 innings, 1 hit, 1 earned run, walked 3, struck out 6. Mets beat the Dodgers and took 2 out of 3. Significant?
Very good return for Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah, I think so too.
Who the Dodgers will micromanage the rest of the season, get him enough work to feel good for the postseason, try to get healthy. And that's huge because if you're the Dodgers, it's figuring out, can you get a game against DeGrom or Scherzer if you match up in a series against them?
And you're probably going to a matchup against the Mets.
And that's what it comes down to because DeGrom, when he's on, is the best pitcher in baseball.
We saw it yesterday, didn't we? So Kershaw, first inning, gave up 1 hit, walked 3, gave up a run. And he walked in that run. And the run that Kershaw walked in was the first time he had walked in a run since 2015. And then it was kind of like rust, and then he looked good. He looked good for the rest of his stint. He retired the last 13 batters that he saw. He finished by throwing 74 pitches, 46 strikes, with 13 swings and misses. And he had good stuff. Dodgers lose, which, whatever. The Dodgers are already, with September 2nd, we're talking magic number with the Dodgers. I think it was significant for the Mets to say, those are the 2 best teams. The Mets, 3 games clear of the Braves with an 84-48 record, and the Dodgers are 7 games better than them at 90-40, and 18. Did I just say 18 games clear of the San Diego Padres? So I thought that was significant yesterday, JJ. As we watching baseball, there still are even Rocky fans are 35 games back. A's are 35.5. I want to talk to some of these guys. And you know what? We should probably try to get Winch and Bernard on. What was the feeling in the locker room when you're making a living? You realize how lucky you are.
The feeling for him was
for him it was great. I wonder what the feeling was in the locker room, though.
And I don't know why. I have to look at the transactions.
Why they sent him back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to look at the wire. I know they brought Tolley up. That makes sense. Young switch hitter. Hit a home run off Kenley Jansen the other day. But it's like, dude, let this dude finish the season. Like, you're still running like Charlie Blackman and stuff out there. Like, it's not like you have big time prospects in the outfield.
I just
right now.
always wonder, when you hit this is your job, and you're playing for your stats and your future. But man, you hit late August, mid August, September, and you're 28, 32, 35 games out. And you're going out every day and getting beat. And the Rockies are in a skid right now too. They're just not playing good baseball. They're not winning. They are 3-7 in their last 10. They're 56-76, 20 games under 500. Dodgers are 50 games over. Did I just say 50? Is that right? The Dodgers are 50 games over 500. Rockies are 20 games under. How you going to work every day? Just going to work every day and trying to figure it out and getting motivated and going to the ballpark. I mean, it's got to be a grind, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
We come to work, you go to work, you got a goal. And I guess that's what it is. It's the everyday goal. Is all right, let's go out. We got a new goal today, and that's to win this game. We got a new goal tomorrow, and that's to win this game. And I guess that's what keeps you going, because the long-term goal has long since been taken away from you.
Well, and as you said, you're still being a professional. Like, even if you're losing, you're still showing up at the ballpark. You're playing baseball. It doesn't feel great, but if you're in a starting lineup, you're batting cleanup, even in a bad team. Like, you're going to be focused because you still want someone to pay you.
Yeah, I guess that's how that's got to be. It's interesting. All right, we're going to lunch today. I got ideas for you. I got ideas for you all the time. And our sweet deals really help you. And this is one of your favorites. I know it is. So we have a sweet deal live on our website. It goes live on our website, sportsanimalabq.com. It hits at 9 o'clock this morning. You go there. You click on the sweet deal icon. And for just $25, you get $50 worth of grub at Cello Grill right there on San Mateo and I-40. Mackenzie is here. I'm moving that mic for you. Sorry, Adrian. See, it's all the way over here now. What's up, Mackenzie? How you living?
Good. How are you?
Welcome. Well, no, this is your maiden voyage on these sweet deals, is it not?
Oh, yes.
So Mackenzie was out in the hallway. She says, I haven't done this before. I said, what, you haven't spoken to someone before? That's all good.
It's all good.
It's hey, so Euro Wednesday is a big deal. So if you guys do Euro Wednesday every week, half price traditional Euros every Wednesday, I'm going to guess Euro month is even a bigger deal for you guys, huh?
Yeah, we definitely celebrate all month long.
How do you? What do you do to celebrate Euro month? Do you put candles on them? Kind of cool. Do you big parties? What is it?
No, so every Wednesday we have half price our traditional Euros at Cello Grill, and then today is actually Feta Friday, so we also have our Feta Fries half price today.
Feta Fries sound really
Sounds
good.
fantastic.
Are they like? What's your favorite over there?
Oh, it's all so good.
yeah,
I have a hard time.
It's like asking the waiter.
Whatever day of the week it is.
What's good on the menu? Oh, well, that sucks and that sucks. Nobody ever tells you that. No, but Feta Fries do sound delicious. Look, you got healthy and fresh vegetarian, gluten-free options over there. Happy hour specials, which is half-price dessert and half-price drinks every Monday through Thursday from 2 to 4. And you guys are killing it. And this is the lunch spot, isn't it? You guys are really, really doing lunch big, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely. We serve a lot of lunches, and we have freshly grilled kebabs and salads, and it's all so good.
Yeah. All right, so what they are, if you're not familiar with Cello Grill, it is authentic Persian cuisine and an affordable price right there in the heart of town, right on San Mateo and Cutler. It is it's rice, it's kebabs, it's gyros, it's wonderfulness, and the happy hour's killing it. So just get out there and kind of be part of this, huh?
Yeah, come by Cello Grill and say hello to Cello.
All right, half price gyros every Wednesday? Is that
Yes.
kind of been the big deal?
Yes, that's our our weekly special.
All right. Well, go enjoy it. You have a great Labor Day weekend. Here's the deal. It is Cello Grill. $25 gets you $50 at Cello Grill. You go to our website, sportsanimalabq.com. You hit it right at 9 o'clock. You take advantage of that, and you get $25 worth of free food. Mackenzie, thanks. You were great. Enjoy your tour through Radio Row.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Look at that. See? That's the smiles, the friendliness, and the grub you get at Cello Grill over on San Mateo and Cutler. Right there. It's that right at the freeway there. That's a good spot. Have you been there?
Yeah.
It's pretty good grubbing. All right. All right. When we come back, you want to talk some hoops? It's been a minute since we've caught up with Richard Pitino. I saw him at the big gala. What was that? 2 weekends ago now, I guess is when it was. And want to talk some hoops. The schedule came out. So we're going to talk Lobo men's basketball. 9 o'clock this morning. Let me make sure I get this right. UNM defender Tavian Combs, who plays the Lobo position, is going to be with us as we talk Lobo football. The Black Bears are in town tomorrow. So we'll talk Lobo football at 9 o'clock. Richard Pitino's coming up next. You're on your computer system right now, aren't you? You're at work, or if not, you're going to be on it in a second. Your computer system is vital to the success of your business. You know that. And if your computer doesn't work, productivity grinds to a halt. Ask the people at the stadium in Ireland where they had to give out free beer the other day simply because the computer systems went down. A whole lot that can go wrong. Networks, servers, remote access, hackers, all things to think about, and you don't have time to be a computer technician. That's why you should call ABQIT. ABQIT is a name you need to know. You just want to know three things, right? You want to know your system's going to work, that your system's secure, and you want to know how much it's going to cost. ABQIT has a business model with your business in mind. Monitor your computers, monitor your network, keep everything operating smoothly, and provide state-of-the-art cybersecurity to protect your entire operation. Remember all the attacks, APS, Bernalillo County? Shut down systems for days. Cost them a lot of money. Don't let it happen to you, and don't be naive to think it won't happen to you. And all this at one predictable cost. ABQIT handles it all. No more different providers for your internet or your cybersecurity. When you need to buy new computers, one company, one affordable cost. Get a free assessment and see what ABQIT can do for your business. Visit abq-it.com. That's abq-it.com. No more worrying about your computer systems when you do business with ABQIT.
Well, the police
making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
A burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company. Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color
your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Here at Clark's Pets.
Weird in my own mind when I said this, and I looked at the calendar. Global basketball opens up, dare I say, next month with an exhibition in the pit against Colorado State Pueblo. Next month, October 29th. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. A lot of football talk, a lot of women's soccer talk, a lot of second ranked in the country cross-country talk. But there's a pretty good basketball team over at the University of New Mexico. Schedule came out this week. It's been a minute since we've caught up with the head basketball coach at the University of New Mexico, Richard Pitino. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck going into his second year as head coach at UNM. Richard Pitino joins us this morning. Good morning, Richard. How you living?
I'm doing great. Good morning, fellas. Thanks for having me.
I appreciate you spending some time. I don't know how much time I've spent diving into the schedule, but the kids have got me on this Twitter thing, so I don't know what I've learned from the schedule, but I learned from the Twitter that you did not get spanked when you were a child. That's what I've learned about your schedule and your opponents. Truth?
So the backstory with that line actually is a guy who plays golf like yourself. Whenever we play golf, me and my dad, and if he thinks he's got me beat, he makes that lame joke to all the other people in the group, and I've probably heard it like 150 times. That's probably an indictment on my golf game more than anything that I've lost to him. But, yes, I've heard that one many times. So I knew getting into this, if I did this game, I'd have to deal with all the lame jokes that he has. So we've only got about 3 more months of it, and then we'll all get through it.
That's right. And is it okay for a son to spank dad? And I guess that'll be a great question to have to answer. Is that the game you're getting asked the most about? As the schedule came out, you kind of know relatively what you're getting in a conference schedule, but you playing Iona, you play your dad on the other side. It is a big deal. It's getting national attention. Is that the one, or because there's other good stuff on the schedule?
Well, I mean, I did it for that reason. We didn't really need to play each other. And one of the things, and not that we don't have great fan interest, because we do, but I do think the pandemic had a lot to do with a little bit of apathy for everybody in sports, right? Everywhere in the country. So my whole thought process was, when I took this job, I mean, year one was obviously very challenging because of, recruiting a whole Zoom or team off of Zooms. You don't know COVID restrictions for attendance and so on. So I feel like this is really kind of the first year of, okay, we feel good about our team, but let's get this town, let's get this state talking about the Lobos in the winter again. And so I really felt like I needed a marquee non-conference game. Now, we have New Mexico State, obviously, is always a big one. We're going at SMU, which is a terrific program. But I did feel like, okay, that would be a good game for the town to get excited about. Not to mention, we always want to play teams that win a lot of games. And if you look at our schedule, the majority of our teams, I looked at it, the average win total of every team that we play is 21 wins in the non-conference. That's a lot. So depending on what the level is in the conference, so it just made a lot of sense. Plus, my dad, they're actually going to play in that Diamond Head Classic.
Yeah.
And he wanted a game on the way out there, so it just made a lot of sense for everybody.
You happy with the way the schedule came out? Because I know it's not easy putting a schedule together, especially in a place like this.
Well, I am. I think the people have to understand where we were and where we're trying to get to. And I think the program will continue to grow as the schedule will grow as the program grows. Now, when I first got here, nobody wanted to play us because our net ranking was so bad. I mean, we were 303, so nobody thought there was any value in playing us. Now it's kind of the other way. We jumped about 150 spots, and I think we'll be projected higher. Now teams are like, I don't know if we want to play them because of the concern of losing. So, there's a balance there. But I do think people have often said, well, it's really hard to get games. I think that's changed a little bit with all the, NCAA tournament qualifications. Like, if you play a tough schedule, it really benefits you. I remember when one of my last years in Minnesota was when COVID hit. We were like 15 and 16, and our 10-POM ranking was the highest it had been since I had been there at 27 because we played a very, very tough schedule. So it'll continue to grow. I know that I was at my daughter's volleyball game yesterday. Somebody came up to me and said, I was at that Utah game. That we understand that. We'll continue to try to work to bring really good opponents into the pit.
Lobo men's basketball coach Richard Pitino with us on the opening drive. How's the summer been for your players? Sebastian Forsling over doing some national team duty. Are there guys working out, getting in shape? How's it been?
It's been good. This is year 11 for me as a head coach, so I've really tried to evaluate what is the right thing for the summer, because you get 2 summer school sessions, which are 8 weeks. Then you've got the fall. I mean, we don't even really technically start official practice until, a couple of weeks from now. So we get those 4-hour, weeks where we can go 4 times a week and so on. So I try to take it really, really easy. I try to get them better, a lot of individual skill development, as well as on-campus stuff and so on. So they've all come back really, really good. Sebastian getting that opportunity to go back home, play for his national team was great. But the good part about our group, besides they're really good representatives of this community and of this university, but they love the game of basketball. That has been so important for us. We don't want people to come here and just want to party and play video games. We want them to be hungry to get their degree, hungry to get better every single day on the court, and we got a group of that.
Is the summer a time you find out about that with players, kind of who's invested or who might need that little kick in the butt to get going?
Yes and no. it all. I actually gave the team this speech the other day. You know, the summertime it's like hitting balls on the range, right? Like there's no stress. You're comfortable. All of a sudden now we come back in September and we do kind of our first official practice, and it all changes when you say red, which is normally the starting team, cherry, and then silver is the second team, and that all changes. The biggest thing that I don't know about our team is how are they going to respond to adversity? I really like our team, but we don't have a lot of guys who have gone through the wars together. So we'll figure out more and more as the season progresses. The summertime is more for them just to get comfortable with their surroundings, get their bodies right, live in the weight room, understand some terminology, playbook stuff, but no adversity has hit just yet. So that's really when you find out about guys.
Lobo fans excited. You've got a premier backcourt. I don't think that's exaggerating. Many publications have looked at your backcourt with Jalen and Jamal and called it one of the best backcourts in America and certainly in the West. You went out and addressed needs. I spent a little time with Morris and with Josiah Alec, and it feels like you've addressed situational needs, positional needs. You're able to develop young players. Lobo fans optimistic. Should they be? Because it sounds like you're at a lot more ease. You seem more comfortable with the roster in year two. And I think that's probably natural, and it's a product of your work.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely address needs. I think I've always said this: it doesn't matter what the situation is externally, a pandemic, adding players off of Zooms or whatever. If you play the games, you're going to be judged. Nobody cares about any type of excuses. The difference is this year versus last year is we were able to bring players on campus. We were able to go out and recruit Donovan Dent, Quentin Webb, Braden, going to AAU games the traditional way. Does that mean it's going to be perfect? No. I'm really excited about where we are right now. Have we arrived? I don't believe so. But when you think about the situation that we inherited, I thought this was going to take a little time. It still may take a little time, but the pieces are certainly there. How do they all gel? Are they all about winning? I don't know.
You feel like you're armed to compete, right? You feel like this time around you are armed to compete.
Yes. Yeah, I think last year when you watched our team, there was clear weaknesses in the front court, and that's not a knock on Sebastian or Jay or Barima. But, you have Valdir Emanuel never gets cleared to play. Jethro, obviously, his situation. Then you have Eman breaks his leg. So to go along with, and it's not a knock on the previous team, but you just didn't have a lot of guys on the team before that could necessarily help us in that regard. So I feel really good about the roster. Now, we got to stay healthy. But talent-wise, we've really, really done a good job of upgrading it. And I think part of what we did, and we hired a very, very good staff when I got here. I mean, these are veteran guys who've got, to go along with myself, high major experience, that have done this thing for a long time. And I think if we didn't do that, I think if we were training guys on the fly, this may not have, we wouldn't be in this position as soon as we are.
What were your takeaways of going through the Mountain West Conference, seeing it day in and day out with what you have to deal with?
Well, that's when you think about our roster, like I am excited about it, but you've got some programs now. You look at 4 teams in the NCAA tournament, 1 team in the NIT, but that's almost half the programs in this league that were in the postseason. That's more than the Pac-12. So I do feel really good about where we're headed, but San Diego State's got unbelievable continuity and chemistry. Wyoming won a lot of games last year, and they've got a lot of guys back. Colorado State, Boise State, these are programs where Nico, I believe, is going to his 5th year at Colorado State. Leon's been there 12, 13 years, whatever it may be. So they've got really good stability. That's the biggest thing that we just don't have right now. And I think if you look at where do you get stability, you get it from your athletic director. Obviously, Eddie's been here for a couple of years, and he's doing a great job. You get it from your football program where Danny's building it, and then your men's basketball program. And if you can get some continuity there, it'll all grow and build. So Mountain West has been terrific. There are no easy games. We need to get our home court back. I think that's the biggest thing that we sell, and it's the reason I took the job. is the Pit. And the Pit has a brand, and that's so important in recruiting and so important to our players. And so if we get that home court back, we'll be able to compete with anybody in the Mountain West.
It's good to catch up. It's been too long. It was nice to see you at the gala a couple weekends ago, and let's do this a little bit more often now as we hit the fall and get into things. I know you're busy, but it's a good time. It's an exciting time, and appreciate you spending a few minutes with us this morning.
No, I appreciate it. I know we're all fired up for football. I'll be there Saturday. I mean, it's big for not just rooting for Danny, obviously, and everybody's so invested in moving football forward, which is great, but I think it affects all of us. We're bringing recruits on campus. The more that this campus can be buzzing for those football games, it brings the community together, and it's so important for us. So we're rooting for them, and, can't wait to see everybody out there.
See you out there tomorrow. Richard, thanks.
Thank you.
Be well. Richard Patino, the head basketball coach, men's basketball coach at the University of New Mexico. It's been a minute, and JJ, the biggest thing I get out of that, and I know we got a break, is first of all, he sounds different than a year ago, because I feel that he's more confident with what he's got. He feels, and I said it, armed to compete, where he's not promised you a championship, but at least this year he can go out and he feels like he's playing the same game as these guys.
I think that's the best way to put it. Armed to compete. Competitive basketball team should be pushing top of this conference.
It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, A-Marie, and Adrian on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Dick's Sporting.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're #1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
A little hoops talk. And I've got a lot of inquiries this week about the schedule. What do you think? And I know we didn't really go through the schedule much. We did yesterday. We have, and it's out there for you. They go to St. Mary's, and they go to SMU, and home with New Mexico State, and the home game with Iona. 21 win average, what did he say, for the non-conference games? And then, what is it? It's Utah State and UNLV they only play once, right? Everybody else you get home and conference with. So you're going to go to San Diego State, and they're going to come to you. You're going to Reno, and Steve Alford and Noodles are coming here. Feel good about that? I enjoyed catching up with Richard. I'm excited about this, and I think he's got a different swagger this time than last year. It's a guy who grew up winning, right? Last year had to be tough, and I know it was. Last year was tough. That's a guy who's grown up and has won. He's been around winning. And he came into a situation where he wasn't going to win last year. And it was going to be tough if they were fully healthy, and then they had no front court. He was not, and I continue to use this term, but JJ, when they lost Jethro Muscadin, and then Emmanuel Quach broke his ankle, and when Valdir Manuel never played, you had no front court. You were playing Sebastian Forsling, who was a freshman, who just flat out wasn't ready. He may end up being a nice Lobo, but he wasn't ready. And you're playing Jay Allen Tovar essentially out of position. I give Jay Allen Tovar a ton of credit for the way he handled last year, because you and I were just talking about this. Early in the year, when I was on the Colorado trip, if you'd have told me somebody wasn't gonna make it through the season, I would have told you it might have been him. He was the guy when he came out of the game. He was angry. He looked bitter, and Richard's been on our show talking about the conversations that he had with he being the coach with Jay, with Jay's dad, with his parents, right? Like I give Jay Allen Tovar a ton of credit, but they were not armed to compete in this league last year. A league that sent 4 teams to the NCAA tournament, correct?
They did.
They weren't armed. They had a front court that was playing an undersized guy and a freshman. And then every once in a while you'd see a Barima Sek sighting who wasn't ready. Yeah, they had a dynamic backcourt. So now it feels like they're armed and ready to go, and you're hoping, let's go.
There's good programs in this league. San Diego State, Wyoming should be picked first or second. No question about it. With what Wyoming brings back and what they add. After that,
Jeff Linder's done a recruiting
Linder's
job.
been
Linder's
unbelievable.
yeah.
When you look at that roster.
Yeah.
They're going to be really good. So those are the 2 set in stone top programs in the Mountain West. Colorado State has some turnover. There's consistency. But your best player gets drafted. You're going to take a little bit of a step back. Boise State, Fresno State, like New Mexico and UNLV should all be in that mix. Like a top 4 spot. If you want to say it right now, you give the edge to San Diego State and Wyoming. That makes a ton of sense. But competing for a top 4, you have an experienced backcourt. You got 2 4-year transfers in the front court. There's no time to wait around this year.
All right, we're talking football when we return. Lobos in Maine tomorrow. Tavian Combs is expected to be a huge disruptor on the Lobo defense. He plays the Lobo position, made famous by a guy named Brian Urlacher back in the 90s. Tavian Combs is going to be with us when we return. Looking forward to this conversation for a young man who just had a birthday. Opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
A burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium.
Nick, this is the opening drive with three-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta, and J.J. Bond. Don't sweat the technique.
Well, tomorrow should be really, really fun. I know you're excited, but the guys who are going to be on the field, they got to be chomping at the bit. Lobos open the football season tomorrow, 6 o'clock, actually 6:02. I saw the game clock, JJ. You get a little priv to that. At University Stadium, the game is over on News Radio KKOB. I will have the call with former Lobo linebacker George Carter on the television side on my 50. But get out there and watch these young men against the Maine Black Bears. Jeff Symbieta, J.J. Buck. I'm looking forward to a lot of things. You know, how will the offense be? And how much progress does the defense make? And one of the guys that I think really is going to be a bleep stirrer on the defense, a guy that you're going to see all over the field wearing number 7, junior that's playing the Lobo position, is Tavian Combs. And Tavian joins us this morning on the opening drive. First of all, happy belated birthday, young man. How you living?
Great, man. I'm living great. I appreciate that as well. I just left Ojo, the little spa up in Mexico.
Yeah.
Or in Santa Fe, sorry.
Nice.
Yeah, we went up there. I went up there last night and got a little massage, so I've been living good.
How was it? Hey, you're living good. Was that a birthday thing? Was that a team thing? I mean, is it Ojo Caliente?
It was kind of a birthday thing. I talked to my parents, and they kind of asked me what I wanted to do, and I really didn't have anything crazy in mind, so I thought about going to get a little massage before a game.
How was that?
It was amazing. It was really amazing. Their massages are top notch.
You know what? You better get an NIL deal out of this mess now. Give them a call and get it going.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you fired up?
Yes, sir.
And fired up's not the right word. I guess it sounds so cliche. And I hear all the time, you know, they're ready to hit someone else. They're cranky. They're grouchy. What's the first game of the season after a long camp and a nice massage and a birthday? What's Saturday going to feel like for you?
It's going to feel really relieving and exciting for sure, because we train for so long and we train really hard throughout the off season, and it really beats your bodies up, and consistently running into each other during spring and fall camp can get a little annoying after a while. But yeah, getting able to run into somebody new is going to be a really exciting and relieving feeling for sure.
Tavian, how do you describe your position to people when they ask you about what the Lobo is?
Yeah, it's kind of complicated. Not as much because you kind of see it a little bit more nowadays, but it's pretty much a safety and a linebacker. It depends on what coverage or what scheme you're running at the time, but you can end up playing linebacker and dropping down on the box and playing straight run fits, or you could also be playing free safety or playing man-to-man as well, depending on the coverage and the scheme of the defense. So it's for sure both ways type of position. You can either be in the box, or you can be back covering. So both ways type of position.
Now, your head coach Danny Gonzalez has talked a lot about just the schemes and the understanding of the defense. Are you noticing that you and your teammates, when it comes to calls, you guys are able to react quicker, adjust to things within this defense?
Yes, sir. Of course. I feel like that comes with experience as well, because you can kind of tell the first year it was a little slower. Not everybody was on the same page. We're kind of making different checks on each side of the ball. You can tell, like, this year and even in the spring and fall camp, like, we've been a lot more intuitive with our communications. So we've been talking, like, I've been talking to the linebackers. They'll talk back to us. We're talking to the D linemen, and everyone's on the same page, so it allows everybody to think and play as one mind.
Tavian Combs is with us. He is the starting Lobo Every time I say it, on the Lobo deep, it's so hard to say it from this side, man. When you tell people about that position, and broadcasters all the time say the Lobo position, and it's almost like it's requisite to say made famous by Brian Urlacher, right? Does that carry a burden to it? Is it a sense of pride to it? Is there a little extra weight? Because it always is described as, because JJ just asked you, how do you describe it? The Lobo position made famous by Brian Urlacher.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it was a kind of a burden, just because that's how the defense is made to play. Like, that's in our defensive scheme, is for everybody to be downhill players and really physical at the point of attack and really physical on the ball carrier. That's just the style of defense that Rocky Long calls. So I wouldn't say it's a burden, because that's kind of what we're asked to do every single play and every single down, is to go be dangerous, go be reckless, and just play with a really aggressive mindset.
Yeah. Coach told us last year that he didn't feel that he was able to get the whole defense in. Now that you're in the third year with Danny Gonzalez and Rocky Long here, do you feel as a defense that you guys get it? Coach Gonzalez said last week, now we can put them in situations and they can do different things. Do you feel like you're able to open this defense up more?
Yes, sir, a lot. As I said earlier, it does come with experience and being able to see how much your defense can take. And over the spring and the fall camp, we've really been talking with each other and being on the same page as the defense. So it does allow us to open up that playbook and run more things and have our up-front guys do a little bit more stunts or things of that nature, and allows the guys in the back end just to be able to play freely as well. That does allow us to open up our defense.
No, that's good. Tavian Combs, a few more minutes, is with us as the Lobos play Maine tomorrow at University Stadium.
Tavian, what's your journey been like? Kid from Amarillo, Texas, you come to New Mexico, it's a COVID season, they send you guys out to Las Vegas. What's it been like to finally get to this point where you, your teammates, your coach have a couple off seasons of work to get ready for this year?
Yeah, it's been really amazing. It was rough, don't get me wrong, because coming straight from COVID season, and going into that first season, my freshman season, it was kind of rough because we didn't get all the things that a normal college football team gets, like the weight room or really just being able to have good meetings, because we ended up moving to Vegas and we were in a hotel for a certain amount of weeks. And then going straight from that to actually being able to get into the weight room and then having a season off of that. And now with our new strength coach, Derek Baker, he's been really great in the weight room, getting us bigger, faster, and stronger. So that really plays a role on the field. And I didn't really realize that my freshman year. I thought you could just kind of be a football player as a football player, which it is in the case. But a lot of times you need to have that weight and that strength on you so you're able to play fast and physical. So, yeah, it's been a journey, but it's also been fun as well. So,
Tavian, what do you guys know about the Maine Black Bears? I know you've probably seen a little bit of video, but they probably don't know much about you. You probably don't know much about them. What do you got for them, and what do you know?
So I actually do watch a lot of film. I watch, like when I get bored, I don't really play like video games on my phone and that. I'll usually just sit back and watch a couple games or watch some formations. So I know a decent amount of information about them. One of the main things is that they run a pretty difficult offense. Like they like to motion and bring like defenses out of position with a lot of motions and stuff like that. So we really got to stay on top of communication and really just playing fast and physical, because we know this is the first game and know how first games can go. So you need to always come out fast and physical and just play with full-out effort.
There's a story we saw you at practice a couple weeks ago. You had some kids from Carey Tingley Hospital out there. What does that mean to you to be able to affect kids like that? And is that something that you embrace, or is that something you always wanted to do? You know, be a positive influence with the platform that you have.
I would say to be a positive influence, yeah, because I don't know if you've read the full article, but yeah, not everyone gets to wake up and just have a good day or just be in a great mood. So going out there and just being with those kids really brightens up my day like a lot, because I just get to go out there and they are always having fun and enjoying it. So sometimes like I had went one time, we had I think we had an off day and I went during the camp. I had went out there to a wheelchair basketball practice, and just going out there really like brightens up my day and help me see a different perspective on life. And so yeah, it really means a lot to me to go out there and just support those kids, and even having those kids come out and support us during the game. So.
Tavian, where does that perspective come from? Because I think it's wonderful. Did something happen in your life that made you appreciate that? Did some, or is that just the way you were brought up?
So that's kind of the way I was brought up as well. There was a little incident that happened during Christmas. My older brother passed away, and so he was kind of like my twin brother. He was a year older. But that happened, and it kind of just, I ain't gonna lie, I was a little depressed about it. And so, like, after this opportunity came around with the NIL stuff and being able to go out there with those kids, it really did show me a different perspective and, like, help me get through that a little bit.
Is it therapeutic for you to spend time with those? And by the way, condolences on your brother. Because
yes, sir.
Getting through that, obviously, it's incredibly traumatic. Is that help you? Is it therapy for you?
Yeah, in a way. I'm a man of faith as well, so being a man of faith really helps me get through that for the most part. But going out there with those kids is also a pretty big factor in that as well, just because going out there and just watching those kids go and have fun on days like that, like, it shows me, like, I can wake up and do the same thing with the same attitude and just wake up and be happy for the most part, or happy to be alive. So,
That's
of
so
course.
cool. Yeah, no, the perspective is so vital and so refreshing and so essential. Tavian Combs is with us. You mentioned NIL, and you're a guy who's kind of coming through in a time where when you started, NIL wasn't really a thing, and then it became a thing, and now it's blown up into a bigger thing, and you've taken advantage of some of the opportunities that have been afforded to you. You mentioned NIL. How is that working for you, for your teammates, and there's so much, you hear so much noise about NIL from everybody but the players. How's it working for Tavian Combs?
It's been going pretty good. I would say for me and then a couple other players on the team, we've done a pretty good job of trying to market ourselves and make sure we're able to have the same opportunities as other players. So just going out there and kind of putting a name on for ourselves and making a name for ourselves helps us be able to attract and be able to get these NIL opportunities.
Well, I think you just kind of told a story that really explains a lot of I think, what the intent was. You just talked about because of NIL, you were able to go home a few times, and you had a family issue with your brother passing away. It was important for you to go home. You had the resources to go do that, where 3, 4, 5 years ago, you might have been in a different situation with that and trying to figure out how to get it done.
Yes, sir, of course.
Yeah. All right, Maine Black Bears tomorrow. Good luck. Appreciate the conversation. It sounds like you're relaxed. You had a birthday week. Had what kind of birthday cake? What's your favorite birthday cake?
I like that ice cream, the Oreo one.
So do
ice cream cake. Yeah, me and I invited some teammates over. Cause my parents actually came down this past weekend, and they cooked some ribs and stuff for the teammates.
Yeah.
So they brought a little ice cream cake.
Who doesn't love that? All right, we'll go get the Black Bears.
Yeah, I think everybody loves it.
Everyone's favorite teammate now with the ice cream cake.
Yeah, that's right. Your parents are everybody's favorite parents, and you're the favorite teammate with the ice cream cake. Hey, safe travels back down from Santa Fe, and we'll see you out at University Stadium tomorrow. But really, really appreciate the conversation. Be well.
Yes, sir. You too.
All right,
appreciate y'all.
Tavian Combs, the Lobo linebacker. That's an impressive young man right there. Look, any guy who's going to take his time. I don't play video games. I study. I watch tape. I had a day off, and I went to the Children's Hospital and worked with the kids. You guys, what we always talk about. What's it all about? Who are we doing this for? Why are we doing it? I mean, is that a perfect example for you right there? I don't know, man. People say, why should I go out and watch them? Well, there's a good reason. There's a good reason. How do you not root for that young man? You can respond to that. It's yours the rest of the way. I'm going to reset, get you anything that's gone on. We'll hit the headlines. 505-246-0610. Jeff, JJ, A-Marie, and Adrian. Glad you're with us this morning. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
A burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company. Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Sports Animal.
I really, really enjoyed that. You know, I know I tell you this all the time. It sounds, I really try to be careful with words. I try to limit my use of the word great. I catch myself. I try to not get influenced by the moment. And I know I tell you so often I've really enjoyed conversations that we have on this radio program. And I'm not lying to you. You know, I know when we went to Vegas, I came back and said, I really enjoyed this conversation and that. Maybe it's because I enjoy talking to people and hearing their stories. But, JJ, we have been blessed with some terrific conversations over the last bunch of months with student athletes, with coaches. I mean, both of our conversations this morning I thought were terrific with Richard Pitino, and it's not anything you and I are doing. It's the content and what our guests are doing. But we've been really blessed with some really good content conversations.
Yeah, the person has to be willing to open up on the subjects, because not every question's going to be the greatest question that gets the answer. And, you know, Tavion Combs is a young man that's been through a lot over the last year, and he's learned a lot off the field. He's been able to turn it into a positive with his NIL deal, and then hanging out with the kids from Gary Tingley Hospital that helped brighten his day up, going through the loss of his brother, which happened just before Christmas last December. And on top of that, he is one of the best players on that defense.
He's going to be all over the field, and I know they're really relying on him. And I'm looking forward to watching that defense play too. I think the defense has an opportunity to really be the rock of this club and keep them in games. So I hope you enjoyed that. I do. All right, we're open on the text line and the phone lines. 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610 is how to get to us. Emails Jeff or JJ at sportsaudiblebq.com. Adrian's producing on television. We're on Comcast Channel 26. We are on ProView Network's YouTube page and, of course, on our Facebook page, The OD in the AM. Text line. This came in after seeing Big Sky member Portland State take San Jose State to the wire last night. It makes sense why New Mexico would schedule an 8th-place CAA member Maine. Getting smoked at home by a Big Sky school like Montana State, Eastern Washington, or Weber would kill any fan interest for UNM football. Okay?
Getting smoked by any FCS team would do that.
Getting smoked by any FCS team is not going to help. Yes. Maine was 6-5 last year. Won what? 5 of their last 6. I mean, I'm not telling you this is Alabama coming in here. But this isn't Rio Grande High School either. All right. I mean, this is a decent FCS opponent, and I think it's a perfect first test, first week. Let's go see what you got. Or you can go do what the Aggies did and go to Minnesota. Get beat 38-0. Aggies get beat 38-0 last night. Got outgained 485-91. It was rough.
It was the biggest no-win situation. Short week. Wasn't going to matter if they even played on Saturday.
They look
tired. You're starting at square one.
Yeah.
The other team's bigger, faster, stronger. 6th-year quarterback. And it didn't even matter because they're just going to run the football. The Aggies can't tackle.
They certainly struggled. It was 9 yards a pop easy right up the gut yesterday. Yeah. Now, that big offensive line certainly had something to do with it, but there were a lot of missed tackles. On the edges, there were a lot of missed tackles.
And I wonder, too, and this is one after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what do you take away if you're a player on a team like that? When the Lobos go to LSU.
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone talks about the experience. Well, okay.
But you just got beat 38-0. And you got to do it 3 times. And you got to do it 3 times if you're New Mexico State. Jason's in. You asked for Jason, Marie?
Yes, I've been waiting all morning.
It's from Jason. It says, breakfast can wait. Good morning, OD. We'll drink a keg of booze till we wobble in our shoes. That was expected. Team Crimson's got the look of a program that has a ways to go. It's a sign of the times that NMSU is playing 3 Power 5 opponents in a year, although this one does nothing in terms of funds. This game, filled with pregame controversy, was media gold. However, it turned out to be more Alphabet Street in the end. He's got all these little references in there. It's actually cute. The money doesn't matter now as the schedule turns to the diamonds and pearls of all rivalries. The I-10 rivalry. The hope this week is Aggie fan will go crazy for this clash at the Sun Bowl. It's time to turn the page for PJ Fleck, Goldie, Honeycrisp Apples, and Prince. After going around the world in a day, I actually went to the game last night. It'll be great to see mountains again and hearing the local doves cry in the Mesilla Valley next week. Hope hopping into my little crimson Corvette or rental car and off to breakfast with the most beautiful girl in the world. You're getting all the Prince references in here? To go visit my carbon copy who attend school up here. Thanks for the time, gents, and indulging my Prince references. Crimsonally, Jason. Opponents average 21 wins. Those programs also average 12 losses. However, very NIT of Lobo Hoops. Can't spell National Invitation Tournament without UNM. First of all, I appreciate him listening. Do you know we have an app?
We have an app.
We have an
A
app.
free app.
So Jason's listening to us up in the land of 10,000 lakes, which we very much appreciate. He's Aggie fan that I will give this to Jason. That's Aggie fan that shows up win or lose. And there's been a lot of losing. He shows up and answers the bell every time. He was at the game, and he's wobbling in his shoes, and he's like, "Yep, that's what we expected, man."
Does he have a gopher in the family?
He might.
That's what it sounded like.
He might. He had a carbon copy. I think that means twin. I think that's a great way to go.
It's great.
Yeah, I never heard that either. I thought
Neither
that was
have I.
really good. That didn't get by me either. All right, Ren's in. So in other words, Sundays with A is part-time no.
I like that.
See what he did
Very
there?
creative.
Yeah, part-time no.
Part-time no.
That's right. Correct, Ren. You are 100% right. That is part-time no. All right. When we come back, I want to look ahead at what you have this weekend. Other stuff besides. Look, this is a weekend like full. There's okay. So you
There's
have
a Saturday and
What
a
are we
Sunday and a
doing?
Monday.
well, the Saturday, Sunday, Monday of college. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday of college football. It's Labor Day weekend. You have Serena. You have Liv. You have all kinds of stuff this weekend. Really good high school stuff tonight. So I want to look ahead at some of the really, really fun stuff that you get. And we are here on Monday. Don't forget. Because, well, that's what we do. We work. And so we're here on Monday to bring you award-winning radio on Monday morning. Hope you'll be with us. I've been telling guys for a long time now about New Mail and how New Mail has helped thousands of men all over this country benefit from taking care of things like fatigue and depression, even erectile dysfunction, because New Mail's got this industry-leading testosterone replacement. Well, now it's men and women. I'm talking to men and women who are struggling with hair loss. New Mail leads the way in hair restoration as well. Hair restoration without side effects. Here's the phone number, 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688. Or you can go online at newmail.com. So you will have options, and they'll walk you through this. And this one just, the whole sound of it, I want to know more about it. Not that I'm going to, well, I don't know. What do you think? Should I? Maybe. Platelet-rich plasma hair therapy. It uses your own platelets to stimulate stem cells deep in your hair follicle. It stops hair loss. You regrow hair. They have an FDA-cleared clinical hair restoration laser. It's proven to regrow hair. And a NeoGraft hair transplant, which produces natural-looking results in less than a week with no linear scarring. Works for both men and women. New Mail's in Albuquerque. The number is 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688 or online at newmail.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
A burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company. Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry.
I'm out of hoe shape, man.
You say you're out of hoe shape?
Yeah. What?
That's funny.
How would you phrase it?
No, I just if no one knew what you were, the context behind it, it just sounds funny.
I'm out of hoe shape.
I'm out of hoe shape.
I need some oxygen.
It's
Labor
hot
Day
in-
weekend hoe. Yeah, man. What?
I don't know. It's hot in here.
What?
All right, hoe to you. That makes it Friday. 505-246-0610.
And I apologize. I know we were supposed to do an early hoe.
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry.
It's. I mean, it's 9 o'clock somewhere. It's 9:30.
I know. I think someone wanted it early for when they're going to the lake or something.
Yeah, they're
I
still listening.
apologize.
Yeah, it's still Friday. What's up, Mud?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, man, you guys haven't heard from me all summer long, but this is the most exciting time of the year. Global football's back. I went to the coaches show last night, man, at the Salt Yards, man. It was pretty cool, man. Met a lot of people, met Coach Howes. Shout out to Coach Howes out there. And then I met Miles Kendrick, quarterback.
Yeah.
Shout out to him, too. Cool guys, man. I think the fans are going to be very excited this year. I think it's a step in the right direction for Coach Gonzalez and Coach Long. The Lobos are going to be excellent this year, and I think that, I'm not going to predict a lot of stuff right away, but I think they're going to have a good year, man.
Nice. All right. Numbers like how good?
Well, I would say maybe a bowl game.
All right.
I would like to see them in the New Mexico Bowl, man. I mean, we haven't done that in a while, so New Mexico Bowl maybe. It just depends on what the defense is going to do. I think if the defense is going to be hard up right away and play tough, I think that the Lobos are wrecking. I don't think a lot of teams are going to be able to overcome the defense if the defense is what they say it's going to be this year.
Right on. All right, Mud. Glad you had fun out there last night. Thanks for checking in.
All right. Thank you, man.
Mud called us at 505-246-0610. He is a Lobo fan who is excited about this season. There are a few of you. In fact, there are more than a few of you. There are a bunch of you who are excited about this team. I've talked to a lot of people. They tell me, A-Marie, 97% of people who listen to sports talk radio never call, right? So we're here at a small sampling of fans, although it's a sampling. I think it's a fair, it's probably a bigger sampling than they check for radio ratings, right? So it's a small sampling. I know there's a Lobo fan who is excited. I know there's plenty of Lobo fan who is waiting to see. Well, I don't know. Let me see. Maybe I'll watch the game on TV this weekend, and if they look good, maybe I'll go out for Boise State or Utah or UTEP. Okay.
Maybe the TV product will be so good they won't want to ever not watch it on TV.
That's probably not right. You think?
It's a possibility.
I mean, the guy who's doing play-by-play is a joker.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, he's a jackal. And that's me, by the way. I'm ripping on myself.
Can't wait.
Come on, self-deprecation. I'm not killing anybody else. It's me and George Carter. Looking forward to working with George again, by the way. So we'll get that tomorrow. All right, so here's what you got this weekend, by the way. You got that. I asked you earlier, so what Live Golf is playing for a tour / league - series, whatever, that has played 2 events. Have they gotten more press than anything ever that's played twice? Ever?
Yes.
Okay. I thought it was yesterday. Weren't they a Thursday, Friday, Saturday
They
league?
apparently switched it up and didn't tell anybody because we went through the same thing
Last time. So it's going to be a Friday, Saturday,
guess
Sunday
so.
thing. Well, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't want 2 weekend
missed that
dates
press
instead.
release.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right? Why wouldn't you want 2 weekend dates instead of 1? All right, they're in Boston today. Cameron Smith, who just went over, is the favorite, 11-2 favorite. Dustin Johnson, Joaquin Neiman, Taylor Gooch, and Louis Oosthuizen, along with Paul Casey, Patrick Reed, and Bryson are your top picks in this. Good field: Brooks Koepka, Sergio Garcia, Abraham Ancer, Matthew Wolff, Henrik Stenson. I mean, Harold Varner, Kokrak. I mean, you got a nice field. It's a nice field. I was reading a story yesterday about, I want to say it was 12 or 16 guys. Since the Live Tour started, that means 2 tournaments ago, it feels like 5 months ago, that are no longer welcome because they lost their spots. Where do those guys go?
Try to make it back on whatever tour they were playing on?
So if they were playing on a PGA-affiliated tour, which I think every pro tour outside of Live is, are they welcome back on those tours?
I would hope so. Because they got cut. They're just trying to make a living.
They
weren't one of like the superstars that necessarily could just pick and choose.
So 100%. I did not, and Amory, we watch golf. I couldn't pronounce.
Big golf guy.
I couldn't pronounce some of those names, let alone did I know who any of them were. Other
That's
than
a lot of names.
I saw them on.
I don't think
on
like
Live.
the Asian tour or something like that, the European tour would be all that bitter. Like, no, you can't come try to earn your spot back.
So that's where they go, and they all made a couple bucks playing on Live.
Wherever they were playing before Live. Trying to get back on the PGA Tour.
You know,
like
I was thinking about this. How much money, and I have no idea, but if you want to start counting the hundreds of millions that have been given in signing bonuses, what are we told the Saudi fund is on this? Was it like 600 billion or something, or something stupid? I'm
it's guaranteed
I'm just throwing-
money too.
Well, but as a business venture, this is where we're all struggling with this. I think as American people who look at balancing budgets and I don't. But balancing a budget is not even an issue here, right? Because I look at there's 20 names that I've heard have gotten $75 to $200 million bonuses to go play. How many billions of dollars has already been paid out for 2 terms? Like, they're never getting this thing to be profitable. And I don't think that's ever been the intent, right? The Saudi fund that's running this tour wants to run golf. Whatever they paid Greg Norman to run this. Like, if you start looking at the ledger, how much money has been paid out? They don't have a television deal. They've had 2 tournaments. It's bonkers, and it makes you realize how the PGA just cannot compete with that kind of money. And it's an endless supply, right? It's just they're just pulling that money out of the ground in oil, and the Saudis are funding it. Have you thought about the business side at all?
Yes, but it also just feels like it can be as unlimited as they want it to be.
Right.
Because where it's coming from.
Which is mind-blowing.
And if they wanted to, they could make a push to try to get a television deal, but they're not. It doesn't seem like they're that worried about it right now.
And I think they will, which makes this incomparable to any sports entity we've ever seen. And that's not an exaggeration. Purses grow when the money is there to pay. Whether it's tennis, whether it's been golf, sponsorship money grows, television rights fees grow. It's like college football. Nick Saban can get $11 million because, well, they're getting $90 million from their television deal and because they're selling out a stadium at whatever the average price is, and the money's there, right? Major League Baseball, Pittsburgh can't afford what the Yankees can afford, and the Yankees can only afford. I mean, at some point, there's a limit. They're having, we really literally had an arbitration conversation. Is Aaron Judge worth $19 million? Really? The guy's the best player in baseball, or one of the two. But we're having that conversation. In this sport, in this entity, with this group, we have never seen anything like this where it seems like it's a bottomless pit of money. They can throw as much. It's just not an issue. How many times have I asked you over the years, what's the breaking point when it comes to salaries? Quarterback's making $50 million a year. Oh, my goodness, dude. How can that be? What's the breaking point? There is nothing comparable to what we're looking at. I haven't seen an article. Maybe there is one. And if I have the time, and I don't know when I will, to go through and just start adding up. All right, Cameron Smith got $150 million. Dustin Johnson got $100 million. That's $250. Joaquin Neiman got $75 million. They paid $100. Like, how many billions of dollars?
A signing bonus is, this is yours.
Yes, it's yours. And then go play for the, plus whatever it costs to put on the tournaments.
So do they put an IOU in your bank account?
No, they're paying, like they're paying the money.
Have that cash on hand?
And whatever they're paying Arlo White, and they paid Faherty to go over there, and what they're paying Greg Norman. The billions of dollars, and there's no way as a business it's coming back. And to your point, that's not their goal. It doesn't matter. I mean, I'm sure they'd like to make money. But there's nothing like this. Like, I don't even think, would I be going so far as to say in the world? I mean, everything's got to pay for itself, doesn't it? You're going, no, Jeff, have you seen our deficit? No, I understand. But, I mean, theoretically, everything's got to pay for itself. This is like, yeah, whatever. It's bonkers when you start looking at the business side of it. It is antithesis of everything you know about business. Because it doesn't matter. Because their goal isn't to break even or to turn a profit. Their goal, I don't know what their goal is, to take over the golf world, certainly, right? Isn't it crazy that this is what the Saudi fund is focused on, is taking over golf?
Yeah.
Which is going to be, I firmly believe, it's going to be tourism. Because I think long picture, they realize the world's turning green, and within 20 to 30 years, their oil and gas revenue goes down. But I think this is me theorizing. Long-term goal, the Saudi, that region into a tourist region, to have golf course, have people go and spend their money there, and turn their tour into a moneymaker. I don't know. There's got to be something beyond we just really like golf and we want to take over the world of golf, right? It's bonkers, though, man. I just started thinking about the numbers. And it hit me last night. They've had 2 events. And they've handed out billions. Well, probably, I mean, certainly more than $1 billion. But hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. And where's it all coming from? Right out of the ground. All right, we'll wrap this thing up, get you into the weekend. Love to hear your final thoughts. 505-246-0610. What we think is going to happen with the Lobos. It's the opening drive at 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
This is Sean Moore.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
A burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Really good high school stuff tonight, too, JJ. Kind of like there was last night. Your guy Malachi Times only went for, what, 4 touchdowns last night? Sandia won again. Going to go out. I think I'm going to go get me a little cross country today. Well, no, I know I'm going to get me a little cross country today. The, what are we calling it? The Super Cinco out at St. Pius this afternoon. And then I think I'm going to go watch Centennial and the Cueva play tonight.
Ooh, I like it.
Want to come out? Want to come over to my side of town? Tell you what, I got water in the fridge.
Water?
I might have a frozen cauliflower crust pizza in the.
You don't have any. You just have water.
Well, I have water. I didn't say I just have water. I think you know me better than that.
I think you. I would like to see the collection at the Symbieta household.
Of the beer, or the beer is probably down
I'm
right
not
now. The beer collection's down.
I'm not. No, I'm more of a. You know what I like.
I'll take a picture of my bar.
Yeah, I'd like to see it.
And I got a camera on it, and the child knows that. Like, this has always been that age. At what point do I got to lock it up? But no, she's super, like, she's not there yet.
You know what? My parents and we used to house at my grandparents' house a lot. They used to mark the bottles.
Yeah. I have too many bottles to do that.
No, but isn't that funny? And then, yeah.
Yeah. No, I get that. Mark where it is. And,
when they come back in town.
Well, and then the kids think they're so smart. I'm going to just put water back in the vodka bottle. They'll never know.
So my mom always had Keystones when I was at El Dorado, like in the fridge. And then when I came back, like after college, and she always had nice beer in her fridge after we were all out of the nest. I'm like, why do you have nice beer now? She's like, because I had El Dorado High School drinking all my Keystones.
That's right. Because all you kids were coming in drinking my beer and wanted to be crap.
And she was like, none of you are around anymore. I can enjoy my nice stuff.
Now I can have nice things. My daughter's a Taylor Swift fan, and she always, this is why we can't have nice. things.
Yeah, you're up with it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm up with it, but I do know that she's dropping a new album. It might even be today.
No, it's in October.
Is it in October?
21st.
Oh, it is on it. She said it's on your birthday. That's right. She told me it's on your. I said, when's it?
On your birthday?
On mine. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and she said that's when it's dropping.
My birthday's in 1 week. If anyone wants to get me presents.
Your birthday's and you're going to be gone?
Yeah, I'll be in New York.
Well, you got to be here for presents.
I'll be here Thursday morning.
Must be present for presents. HB said, so much for the early ho, Jeff. I hope.
Sorry.
I hope you have enough time to recover for the My Fitty broadcast. So do I.
Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, I mean, what do you want her to do, man? She forgot. She has a lot going on. The text line says Jeff probably needs to get out and practice more hoeing. Mud also adds, we will be there at your tailgate party. All right, cool.
Ooh.
Thank you. This one says, Jeff, I'd be interested to hear what a coach says about getting killed 38 bagel and outgained 495 to 95. What good can you take away? I guess all you can take away is what players are going to quit and which players are going to quit and which are mentally tough. Look, man, they're not the only team in America that goes and gets pumped like that. Now, they might be the only one that has to do it 3 times. But look up and down your college football schedule.
Doesn't make it better.
No,
like that is one frustration I have with college football. Just how, like, you're selling your fan base on, hey, you get to go to a game where fans go to the game and there's a winning experience, but your team's going to get destroyed.
Well, I'm interested to see what Jerry says. You know, how did they get better? I didn't see a lot that you look back. Now, he'll look at the tape and he'll tell you, a couple of guys did this or whatever. I don't know. Do you come out there thinking they have a quarterback?
I thought it was Frakes anyway.
I did too, and now I still do. Right?
Yes.
We're both on that. But you guys, look, this isn't one of those where they're the only team in America that gets this. I mean, just look at last night's scoreboard. How many division Louisiana Tech had to do it yesterday, right? They went to who'd they go to yesterday, and got run out of the building. None of these are fun. Central Michigan played with Oklahoma State. VMI got run 44-10 by Wake Forest. But then there's those who play. See, do you have to get the right, JJ, the right mix, the right team, the right. I mean, Bryant. Who is Bryant that played FIU?
Well, FIU's probably not a great football team.
Obviously
and
not.
so Brian comes up and gets them.
Yep.
Almost.
Alabama A&M's licking their wounds today. They got beat by UAB 59-0. Arizona State beat Northern Arizona. This is something, Northern Arizona would be comparable. 40-3. Cal Poly 35-7. Jeff, but those aren't Division I teams. Those aren't Mountain West teams. Okay. Well, let's see how Colorado State feels. What kind of conversation we have? Colorado State's playing Michigan tomorrow, and Utah State's playing Alabama tomorrow. Are we having the same conversation in those towns after those games tomorrow? Did we get better? Does Utah State feel better when they go get pumped? What do you think the Alabama-Utah State score is going to be? 52-10-ish? What's Michigan? Yeah. What's Michigan-Colorado State going to be? Any worse than 38-0?
It happens. They're hard to deal with. It's just.
Unfortunately for this one, you can't take your check and go.
I know, and it's not a big money game for them.
Yeah, no, it's not a money game at all.
And I think that's just difficult for.
Ask UTEP tomorrow at Oklahoma.
Yeah. Like a week, your weekend is just you're going to go get paid.
Yeah, and in this one it's not. Oh, and by the way, you got to go do it again in 2 weeks. You got to go to Wisconsin. Oh, then at the end of the season, we're going to do it again in Missouri. All right. Can I give you an interesting game that nobody will talk about except for Stigler? That I'm just gonna pay.
Who's JMU playing?
Middle Tennessee, who's a good Conference USA team, and it's their first game moved up to Division I or FBS. ESPN Plus game. It's look. There's a schedule full of really decent games on here. I mean, I'm not telling you that's the highlight of my life, but I'm gonna give it a glance because it interests me. Early day games tomorrow. That when you get up and what do I got to do tomorrow morning? Oh, the child needs a haircut. I think we're going to get a haircut tomorrow. But Michigan, Colorado State's the early game tomorrow. That one is the one. I want to see how Mike Loxley's team looks. Maryland plays Buffalo. That'll be early. They should run through them. I bet they put up a lot of points. I'm interested. Does App State play with North Carolina? That's an early game tomorrow. That one interests me as well. Air Force plays early tomorrow. They'll play Northern Iowa. Just want to get a quick look at them. And then the afternoon game, Georgia and Oregon, is really, really good. Anything for you? And Cincinnati, Arkansas.
Yeah, it will be the games at top. Teams looking for CFP, Georgia, Oregon, Utah, Florida, and then all eyes on the Mountain West Conference.
Aztecs go at 1:30, open up Snapdragon Stadium against Arizona. You will get that if you want it on your regular CBS, Channel 13 is where Mountain West football will be tomorrow, San Diego State, Arizona. It's going to be hot in Southern California. They're talking about 90s inland San Diego County. I think Arizona's prepared for that. It's kind of how they practiced all summer. I think San Diego State should be ready for that as well, so they'll have a good crowd there. High schools tonight as well, so we got a good weekend. And looking forward to coming in here. If you're off on Monday, still make your plans to be with us. I know a lot of you are. We are working Monday morning. We'll be here with award-winning radio for you on Monday morning, wrapping up everything with Danny Gonzalez, the Lobo football coach. And again, get out to University Stadium if you can. I think it should be fun. I don't know what you don't like about hanging out with people and drinking a couple of cold ones and having some food.
Plenty of tailgates to hit.
Yeah.
Food, drink, football, let's go.
And if for some reason you don't get there, I'll have a broadcast for you on television on My 50 with George Carter, and the game will be over on News Radio KKOB. Thank you to Richard Patino, Lobo basketball coach, was with us today. Tavian Combs was also with us, starting Lobo on the Lobo defense. Jim Rome Show is next. The Herd with Cal and Collards after that. Two Men On comes your way at 4 o'clock, and then the Ice Soaps at Sugarland this evening. Hey, Marie, great week.
Thank you.
Adrian, great week. Thank you for everything. Big weekend for you?
Huge weekend.
Enjoy it. Have fun with it. Have a great, safe weekend. Be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. Yes, we will be here on Labor Day on Monday. Look forward to talking to you then.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.